What's happening, everybody? Hope you guys are well. So, my name is Frank Kern. Probably know that if you're watching this on my channel or page. Right now, using an app called StreamYard to apparently simulcast to YouTube and Facebook. Wonder if it's working. Who knows? Anyway, I want you to, if you would do me a favor, in the comments, put kernmethod.com/info. From there, you can get a free new on demand class I just created about the stuff I'm about to tell you. So, title of this one is Why Being a Marketing Consultant Does Not Pay. Do this instead. It sounds so much like clickbait, but I think it's true. So, I'm going to define what a marketing consultant is, first of all right, because it sounds like a weird thing for someone like me to say, considering I write books about consulting and do what would on the outside look like a bunch of marketing consulting. So, what a marketing consultant typically does is says, hey, here's what you should do to get a better conversion rate on your landing page, or here's what your email should say, or here's what your brand should do, or whatever. And that is kind of like the job function of what we would now call a digital marketer. And I recently saw an article on Yahoo Finance, and I'm forgetting what the my watch is giving me all these weird notifications. I'm forgetting what the average entry level salary is for someone who does that kind of stuff. But it's something like 73 grand for someone who like works for a company and does their digital marketing, which is really what a marketing consultant like kind of does. The top level, the top tier of it said, according to the article, again, this is Yahoo Finance. If you go to kernmethod.com/info, you can get the on demand training. And I really go deeper into all of this kind of stuff. But the top tier earners in that profession now are around like 125 grand or something like that. I think it's like 125. So that's like if you're in the top 12% or something in that. And the reason why, by the way, this is happening is because the digital marketing skills have become commoditized. So if you want to sell stuff to businesses and take what you know about marketing and sell it to businesses, you got to understand that there's really three things that are going on right now. Number one, it's no longer a situation where a business owner is ignorant. And I don't mean that in like a condescending and weird way. It's no longer a situation where a business owner is ignorant about marketing. And I guess I should probably define who the target is, by the way. So when I'm talking about consulting to a business, I mean a business that's doing at least $500,000 a year in revenue. So none of what I'm saying applies to a startup business. If you want to go and coach or consult with startup businesses, then none of this counts, right? I'm talking about like working with real businesses. Okay, so businesses are doing 500,000 plus in revenue every year, and owner operated businesses. All right. So I kind of forgot to tell you that. So here are three big trends that are happening in that universe of business. And again, we're talking about the owner still runs the business and they're doing 500,000 to say $5 million a year in revenue. So three big trends. Number one, overwhelm has totally replaced ignorance with these folks. All right. And what that means is they are no longer in a situation where they don't know what an autoresponder is. I remember when I first like helped Tony Robbins do some marketing stuff. John Reese and I were with him, and we were explaining to him how email marketing works. And the dude was just like, "You gotta be freaking kidding me, man!" Like he had never heard about this stuff. Well, that was 2009, I think. Nowadays, any business that's doing over $500,000, they either have someone running their Facebook stuff for them already, or they know how to do it themselves, right? So all those webinars and everything are like, hey, you can get rich, like putting Facebook lead ads up for local businesses and stuff because they don't know how to do that. Typically, they don't know how to do that, but they already have somebody doing that. So that's not really what's bringing in the money for them, right? So it's not that they don't know what to do or how to do it. It's not that they don't know, like, how to build a web page or whatever. It's that now they're like, well, dude, should I be on Facebook? Should I be on Instagram? What should I be doing? And they're getting so much stuff coming in that they're overwhelmed. And you need to put yourself in the shoes of one of these business owners. So imagine you're the person, you started the business, and now the business is at $1 million per year, $500,000 per year. By the way, if you go to kernmethod.com/info, someone put that in the comments for me, please, so people can click on it if they want to go. There's an on-demand training that really goes now deeper into these stats. I did some research, and according to JP Morgan Chase, something like 7.03 million businesses in the United States are in this category of between $500,000 and $5 million in revenue. So you imagine you're that business owner, right? You start the business and you're bootstrapping it up and everything. And then, like, let's say you hit that first $1 million a year in revenue. Now, what's going on is that business owner is now hiring people, and now they got vendors, and now they got payroll, and now they got a lease, and now they've got inventory management and all of this kind of stuff. And the stuff they were able to focus on that got them to the $1 million, now they can't focus on it anymore because they're having to focus on all of this other stuff, and all the other stuff is like putting out fires, basically. And so it puts this business owner in this position of complete and total overwhelm. So it's not that they don't know what to do. It's not they're like, oh, who knew? Email, they're not like that anymore. They're like, yeah, dude, I know I should be doing all this stuff, but I got so much going on, I just can't see the forest through the trees. All right. And so that is a huge, huge trend. The second trend is what I said earlier, which is digital marketing has become totally commoditized to these folks. So, what is it that actually pays? Well, what actually pays is giving that category of business owner what they want. And what they want are two things: they want more money and less overwhelm. And that is it. And the reason I know this is because those are the business owners that I work with in my consulting private or in my private consulting practice exclusively, right? So that's the only folks that I work with, owner operated businesses between 5 million or between 500,000, and I don't cap it at 5 million. They could be 20 million or whatever. And that's all they want, right? Is more money and less stuff that sucks because they're totally weirded out. So the question now becomes, how do you get it for them? How do you do this? And the answer lies in a model of delivering consulting that I created called Sandor. And if you go to kernmethod.com/info, I'll walk you through what that model is in greater detail than what I'm about to do now. But I'll give you kind of an overview of it. But again, if you want to like deeper dive of this, just go to kernmethod.com/info. Keep forgetting the URL. So anyway, the Sandor model looks like this. You take this business owner, right? And they got 20 million things going on. And the first step is you say, what is the target? All right. So, what do you want to accomplish? And usually they don't know. It almost always actually happens like this. I just had onboarded a new client today, and actually two new clients today. And in both circumstances, I said, okay, what's our objective? And they immediately said, well, here's everything that's happened. All right. So, what this shows you, and by the way, every single time, this is what the conversation is like. So, what this shows you is that the business owner is so completely caught up in putting out fires and dealing with yesterday's problems today that it's very, very difficult for them to look forward and think with any degree of clarity. Here's what I want to accomplish. So the first step of the model is to get a very specific target, right? So let's say they want to, increase sales from 1 million to 2 million or whatever. Great. So that's our first step in the Sandor model. Stands for specific outcome. Second step is assets. And that is essentially, like, metaphorically, like you take their business, and if their business was a big box of moving parts, you dump it out on the table. So assets isn't like what they have financially, it's marketing and sales assets, things they can sell, marketing systems, processes, lists, audiences, products, margins, all that kind of stuff, right? So you dump all that stuff out on the table metaphorically, and then you get to the next step, which is the numbers. And now in the numbers part, you're asking the person, okay, what's the conversion rate for this thing? How many people come through the door before somebody buys? How many leads do you have to get before you get a phone appointment? How many phone appointments turn into a customer? It doesn't matter what the business type is, by the way. In my practice, I've had currently have a tax planner, dude, huge accounting corporation, lots of medical folks, obviously internet marketing people, e-com dude that sells spray that you put on the carpet if your dog pees on the rug. Like, you name it, it doesn't matter. This process is efficient and effective for any type of business I've ever seen that falls in that category of the owner operated business doing between 500,000 and up per year. If we're in a startup, this doesn't work. If you're in a big corporation, I wouldn't know if it works because I don't want to deal with big corporations. So there's that. All right. So now you get the numbers, right? And you find out, oh, okay, there's this much margin here and there's this much margin here. And this thing worked real good and this thing sucked. And what you're doing in that part is the D part of the Sandor model, which is the diagnosis. All right. And so what you do during the diagnosis is you look at all the numbers and stuff, and you basically tell that business owner one single thing to do right now that will get them closer to their objective. You don't give them 7 million things to do. That's what a marketing consultant would do. A marketing consultant would be like, well, dude, let me look into my bag of or my tool chest of marketing things and show you. You could get on Facebook Messenger, you could run these Instagram ads, you could send out an SMS automated campaign, we could build this type of email sequence and this type of webinar. And you don't do that. That is a guaranteed way to lose clients, because that's how I have lost clients in the past, giving them too much stuff to do. So you find the single most effective thing they can do right now to increase revenue. And I'm telling you, 99.99% of the time, it's something really, really obvious that they can't see because their field of vision looks like this. Like, imagine my hands are like obstacles and problems. This is what they're seeing all the time. So they're trying to look at the target, and it's like they just got people in their face constantly, because that's what happens when you grow a business from startup to the multi 6-figure and the multi 7-figure range. You lose focus of the stuff you were doing that got you there in the first place. It's totally normal and natural. So what's great about doing this type of model is, at least in my practice, I have twice ever actually written marketing materials for clients. And it was never by their request, incidentally. It was like, okay, I'm just going to write the damn thing because I don't feel like taking the time to show you what to do. So I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going to write it for you, And so there's the only 2 times I've ever actually done that while practicing this methodology. I'm in my 3rd year of it, by the way, of using this particular model of delivering consulting. And I call it profit-driven consulting, which is dramatically different. Marketing consulting is like, hey, go, let's pull these levers, right? And again, your prospect, if you're dealing with the 500,000 plus owner operated business, they already know about these levers and stuff. They already know that Facebook is there. They already understand the concept of running ads. They already get it. They probably have an email list. All that stuff is what probably got them to where they are. That's not where the money is anymore. Go to kernmethod.com/info and you'll see the salaries of people in digital marketing positions now. That's all that digital marketing consultants do, is those types of jobs, and it's become commoditized. So if you want to get people results, and if you want to really go where the money is, you go, you target that type of business, owner operated business doing multi 6 figures to multi 7 figures. That's number 1. Number 2 is you give them the insight of what to do right now to reach their specific targets. If you want to see how I do it, and if you want to see the sales process, and you want to see the deliverable and the whole kit and caboodle, go to kernmethod.com /info. I'll show you what I'm doing. And if you're interested in getting certified to use the frameworks that I've got, and I'll tell you about that at the end of the little thing. It's all on demand. It's, not a fake live webinar thing or whatever. You're basically opting in for a video you can watch at your convenience whenever you want to. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you all so much. It's a little bit late. Yeah, it's 6:46. I'm gonna roll. Looks like StreamYard works. Hot damn. This is great. I think platforms right now. It's pretty cool. All right. I'll take it. Okay. Y'all have a good week. Take it easy.